Hey guys, Peter here, back again for another video. And you guys are familiar with Banco de Oro or BDO, right? If you're not, it's the biggest bank here in the Philippines, and some time ago I remember that they have a god-awful app that keeps on breaking and doesn't look like a billion-peso company developed it. I mean, you're basically handling majority of the bank accounts here in the Philippines, but your app looks like it was developed by a couple of interns straight out of college. Anyway, I thought it would be fun to recreate some of the pages of their app and show you guys. I will also be explaining to you why my design is better and how it can help users with their daily lives. In any case, let's get started. If you're a BDO customer, you are probably familiar with how the app looks like right now. But if you're not, I'll be showing you some screenshots of how the app looks like so that you know what the hell am I talking about. So this is the login page. It's really just the logo and the login fields and nothing else. It doesn't really say much about what you can do with the app or what features it has. Usually that's fine if you're already familiar with the application, but for new users, you are not giving them any idea on what they can do. And there's a small chance that potential users might not use your app because they have no idea what it is for. So this is how the account page looks like when you already have multiple accounts added to the app. You can see some partial information about that particular account, how much money you have, but that's basically it. And aside from seeing how much money, it doesn't help you with anything else. Even just a small breakdown of your expenses on that account, nothing. So I'll be fixing that with my design. Next would be the send money page. This is where you can choose what actions you can do in the app, what kind of money transfer, whether it will be for a BDO account, different local bank, through QR code, etc, etc. This page works, but it looks boring. Aside from the small sentence describing what a particular option does, it doesn't give you anything, and it's just a boring list and nothing else. So let's assume we'll be sending to a BDO account. Same as the last page, it's just a list of fields that you can type in, and it looks bad. The overall arching aesthetic of the whole app doesn't really bring you joy, even though it should, because you're literally sending money to someone. Not unless you're paying for food that wasn't enough for your party, but that's about it.
Asang chicken cordon? Asang chicken cordon? Nawa ang chicken cordon? 1, 2, 3, 4.
So this is the page where you confirm all the details of your transaction. But there's no way to individually change the details of each field, even just the remark. You will have to reset all of them instead of just changing one. So those are the most important pages that we're gonna talk about on the video. But I also designed the OTP pages, the confirmation page after the user successfully sends the money. Just a side note, projects like this usually take a couple of months to get approved, with a lot of research before the first pixel is created. You have to have user analysis and speak to your current customers about what they like and don't like about the app. You have to have competitive analysis and check how your competitors are doing it and if you can incorporate how they solve certain problems and not reinventing the wheel. You will also have to talk to the CEO and the project owner and see what the overall goal is for the redesign. So basically, a lot of things has to be done first before the design that I'm gonna show you guys is actually created. But since this is for a YouTube video and I neither have the time to do all of that or the internal data to base my design decisions on, I'll be going with my gut feeling and hopefully it's right. It probably is, but that's just my ego talking and I could be wrong. By the way, if you like this kind of videos, please like and subscribe. I try to upload twice a week and the channel is going to be about user experience, design, freelancing, and anything tech related. So enough of me talking about how the app looks like right now and let me show you my design. So these are all the designs that I made for the app. As you can see, I went with a much cleaner look with some differences between each page. That's because I want the user to know and remember that they are in a different page when they move to a new one. With the old design, the pages all look very similar and you have to constantly look at the text header at the top to see where you currently are. With my design, just glancing at the colors, you already know which page you are in. So let's go to the login page. For my version, I added some introduction text about the app and a much smaller logo and bigger buttons too, but still using the same color of the BDO branding. One thing I want to note about the logo is that if you're confident about the branding of your company and how people perceive it, you don't have to compensate it with making it as big as possible. BDO is already a big brand, they don't have to rub everything in your face.
So, that must be Lord Farquaad's castle.
That's the place.
Do you think maybe he's compensating for something?
At this moment, I'll be talking to you guys like you're the CEO of BDO, and I'm explaining to you my design decisions so that you can somewhat understand my way of thinking when I created the designs. So this is the accounts page. The way I envision this page to work is that you choose an account by scrolling horizontally on the cards at the top, and the information at the bottom will change depending on the card selection. So instead of just a boring drop-down, you get to scroll left and right. Plus, I added a graph so that the user will have an idea on how much money they spent at a certain time. If you see your savings are going downhill, you can just stop spending and fix that right away. This is also good for the company because the more money that is staying in their control, the more interest that they earn from that money, lending it to other people. So win-win. As for the font, I went with SF Pro Display or San Francisco by Apple. That is the native font that is being used for Apple devices in the regular apps. The application will feel much more native and natural if the font that is being used all throughout the iPhone ecosystem also reflects in our banking app. And if the user is on Android, the font family should be in Roboto. That's the native font for Android applications, so if I was the project owner of this app, I would tell the developers to change the fonts depending on what kind of device the user is using at the moment. Next would be the send money page. Right here, we still have the horizontal scrolling to choose which account to send money from. And instead of a boring drop-down for the recipient, the user will choose from cards that contain information about the person that you're sending it to. You can also add icons depending on what kind of account it is. If you wanna know why I went with a much darker background for this page, my reasoning is that I want it to be as clear as possible to the user that they will be doing an action that will reflect their bank account. Just by the use of simple colors, they will subconsciously remember that this page is where you send money from. User experience is really not just about pushing pixels and making things look pretty. There's actually a lot of psychology tricks that you can use in experience design. For example, the change to a darker color is called classical conditioning in UX. Over time, our user will associate that dark blue heather to sending money. Just like how you perceive the red color is dangerous, that's what we're doing here as well. The next page is the confirmation page. On this design, I added edit icons to the fields that are not information sensitive like the remarks. For the remaining pages, the OTP and the success page, I just added some simple illustrations to add some levity and colors to them. BDO is worth more than $1 billion pesos, but they cannot spend a couple of dollars getting stock illustrations from a website. The images right now is actually free that you can download, so what's up with that? Anyway guys, that's the full design and there are still a lot of pages on the BDO app that you can do. If you'd like me to continue working on this, hit the like button and comment down below which pages I should work on next. In any case, have a great day, wear a mask, get vaccinated, and see you on the next video. Peace.